Well, here's an awkward kind of predicament. We've got a grip full of white lands and blue spells, but two of our four blue spells are morphs. This may actually be more keepable than you'd think, especially since we have 8 sources of blue to draw. The Treasure Cruise is kind of a dead card. Doesn't seem like that would do anything anytime soon, but we're not aggressive. I think I'm actually going to keep it. As odd as that seems, just based on the knowledge of what I know about our deck, there's quite a few things we could draw that would benefit it very greatly. Blue source not being a... Ooh, that was a good one. Yeah, blue source would still be helpful, obviously, but we're still playing spells, so I feel good. All right. Looks like we're doing the same exact turn progressions. Feat of Resistance. All right. Guess we'll just play a Stalker and then we'll pass. Could have attacked there, threatened with the Feat of Resistance, but I kind of don't want him to know right away that I have a Feat of Resistance, which is a pretty good indication if you've got 3 lands. I guess it could be Defiant Strike as well. All right. He's got the flyer. No attacks. More white sources. Interesting. So I guess I could swing both. Could just attack with the morph. Doesn't seem all that great. I'm just going to play this and pass. Get the board up a little bit longer, or a little bit more progressed. Still hunting for that blue source. Oh, he got his 5th land. Did not get ours yet, though. Alright, let's just get the priest out then. That's going to be good alongside the Feat of Resistance, as long as the priest doesn't die. But I don't want to wait. May have to actually start crashing in here soon. Alright. So, could be a Bondkin. I think I'm taking it this time. No unmorph. Alright. Well, certainly not the ideal draw. Guess I just outlast and pass. Yeah, not a particularly good spot, unfortunately, but I've not seen our blue source yet. I was kind of expecting to draw that by now. I think we'll just block here. Could double block the Rough Rider. Trying to think what double blocking the Rough Rider does exactly. Makes it so I don't lose one guy, maybe, if he has nothing and I'm still forced to play Feat of Resistance. Otherwise, I 2-for-1 myself. It's not great. if this is... I do pretty much need to kill that Rough Rider. Guess I'll double block the Rough Rider. Let's see what he does. I may just have to 2-for-1 myself. I'm pretty unhappy about it, but... yeah, I'm not happy about it. It's not worth playing Feat of Resistance to a removal spell or a combat trick. But I just, unfortunately, I can't seem to find a blue source yet. I may just have to swing with the Battle Priest. See if he's got the kill shot. There's a blue source. All right, let's... I guess I could actually cast Treasure Cruise if I wanted to. Let's swing with the Battle Priest now. See how he blocks. I've got Force Away and Feet, so if he kill shots it, we'll just... oh, okay. That one's no problem. See if he just chumps it or triple blocks. Alright, so he does a slightly greedy play. Should have probably expected the feet. I mean, maybe he just doesn't care, which is also reasonable. So we'll give Pro Red. Gain some life. And leave up Force Away, just in case. I guess technically, yeah, I'm pretty motivated to use Force Away here. Might have to dump the Sage of the Inward Eye, is that right? I can actually Force Away now, that way... Guess I just discard the Sage. Although, do I want to discard the Force Away? Do I need to bounce anything? I may. I think I've got to discard the Sage. Not thrilled about that, but the Force Away seems much more valuable, especially if he's going to do multiple blocks or something like that. Ooh, Blinding Spray is kind of sexy. Well, it's unfortunate, but can't do anything about it. So I guess we'll draw a card that doesn't do me a whole lot of good. I guess I can Treasure Cruise. So not ideal. Losing the Battle Priest is pretty bad for us, but unfortunately I can't do anything. We had a decent path to recovery there, but the Smite put the damper on everything, unfortunately. So I think it's going to be GG's pretty soon here. Yep, it's a pretty big dude. It's going to be tough to deal with. Let's see if we draw something here. Elder, well, guess we can swing student to get the Horde Chief online. Very surprised by that block. That block actually doesn't make much sense to me at all, but alright, so force away. Very surprised by that block. If I had a Defiant Strike, that would have been just the trade of the century for me, so I really don't understand why he wouldn't just take the damage at 22. But, no, he didn't care, I guess. So I think we're officially out of flyers and likely out of removal, so I'm not sure if we have a road to recovery. I forgot to take a picture of my deck to sort of peek if we have anything, but presumably it does not matter. Alright, well, didn't go so well for us. Hopefully we can do a little bit better here in game 2. Stubborn Denial, what does that do? I guess it stops Smite the Monstrous. Not sure if I need to do that. Barrage of Boulders does in fact kill all of his Ponyback Brigade dudes. What are some other creatures I saw out of him that game that I can kill with Barrage of Boulders besides Ponyback Brigade tokens? Is anything coming to mind? No. 2/3 morph. I don't think so. I don't think a Barrage of Boulders is coming in just for the unblockable, as well as I think we just basically need to draw better. I need to I would still keep a hand that looked like that. Lower echelon of keepable hands, but indeed it was a keepable hand. We just could not get out of our plains slump and find an island. But no, I don't regret keeping that hand at all. I think it was a fine keep. So let's try this again. A little bit land heavy, which is worrisome, but we have all 3 colors, so I guess I will keep. This is also lower echelon of keepable hands, so not exactly where I want to be against our opponent, but it's just not. Unfortunately, it's not bad enough to mulligan, and it is good enough to keep. So I am forced to keep the land heavy hand. Yeah, I don't like keeping the land heavy hands because these just get punished by land draws, especially in an 18 land deck. But what do you want me to say? It's a keepable hand, whether I like it or not. Great draw there. That was a good draw too. Probably going to have to keep feet up for the rest of the game in order to keep our high sentinels alive. Easily make this trade, by the way. No problems. I don't need a flock, as Flock is horrible against Bondkin anyway, so that's perfectly fine with me. So he gets one shot to kill it. That is not it. Does suck that he gets to attack, I guess, but that's alright. Let's just get in. So if he taps out, I can pump my dude too, which is nice. Ooh. I'm going to counterspell that. The fact that he's using Defiant Strike to me is very strange. So let's take away some value from him there. Then he can't replay it unless he gets a land too. So I actually like this. And no plays. Very nice. I can't pump my High Sentinels, but that's alright. Now I can pump plus leave up Feet of Resistance. So let's swing. Got the out to kill shot, which is just gorgeous. But now, unfortunately, I don't have the out to the Smite the Monstrous. Oh, he didn't get his own pump bonus because he had protection from white. How interesting is that? This time I don't think I want to pump. Does it change the clock? I guess it does. But the reason I didn't want to pump is just in case. Well, geez. Let's just play 1,000 wins, huh? I'm going to hardcast it because that is a ridiculous amount of pressure. And if he manages to find Smite the Monstrous, he can only get one of my guys. Just concession. Hey, I'll take that. So we have to worry about kill shot. We've got to worry about Smite the Monstrous. Well, I'm glad we have triple Feet of Resistance. That's nice. But maybe Stubborn Denial is actually good here. I'm trying to think of all the spells I saw out of him, though. I feel like a lot of his spells were creatures, which makes the Stubborn Denial worse, especially since I have triple Feet of Resistance. What would I really bring in the Stubborn Denial for? Blinding Spray? Blinding Spray is actually good if you turn off, like... I mean, the unfortunate part about Blinding Spray is he knows about it now, but... I mean, Stubborn Denial, the only spells I know about, right, are Kill Shot, which would be a good one. Smite the Monstrous, which would be a good one. Defiant Strike's not a very good one at all. I think we leave it the same. I think we're leaving it. Trying it again. I do wish I had more removal or flyers, but it's alright. Alabaster Kirin, man. It's a good card. Hey, this hand's pretty good. Opponent's mulling to 6 again. Keeping at 6. Alright. Salt Road Patrol's actually a pretty reasonable draw, too. Alright. Take the red source. Our rares are online now, which is nice. Morph. Horde Chief for no value. I'm pretty happy about that, especially since Salt Road Patrol is on the horizon. Well, that turns off our Wind Scout pretty well, so I'm going to have to come up with a good solution for that. But for now, let's just get our patrol down and pass. I could, I guess, attack into Kieran. The problem is I think it's a snap block, and it's a good snap block. I would have to trade a force away, bouncing a Horde Chief, which isn't good for a Kieran and my Wind Scout. I don't like it. I'm going to do patrol. I'd much rather cast the Blinding Spray on his Kieran to block with my Wind Scout, which I think I'm going to do next turn. No, maybe I'm not doing it next turn. All right. I guess I have to... That's tough. I'm in a little bit of a tougher spot now, but that was a good draw. I'm trying to think if I'm willing to trade my Wind Scout for the Kieran now. I guess I can just attack with it. And then Blinding Spray if he blocks, get the extra card. Next turn. He gets in for 7. That's so big. I can leave up Blinding Spray this turn. I think I'd rather play the Sage. I feel like I'm going to need that life gain. Especially if he goes balls to the wall swinging next turn. I'm going to play a Sage. This is a bit dangerous if he has an answer to Sage, but if he doesn't have an answer to Sage, I think this is actually really good. All right, I'm going to take 5 this turn. That sucks. Yeah, he had the out. Unfortunately, it's Swift Kick too, which feels like a Swift Kick to my balls right now. That's harsh. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Wish that'd gone down different. I'm going to play this. Swing. Force away the Rough Rider. All right. So now I pretty much just need 2,000 wins when he attacks. The bummer part is I'm not bouncing his Kieran. Yeah, and I can't block the dude either. Still okay, but I'd like to be a bit better. Get in for 5. Play the flock. Pass. Leave up blinding spray. Well, no reason to use it now, I guess. I'd have to discard whatever I drew. That was a good draw. Alright, so if I swing with Wind Scout and Thousand Winds, and let's say he does block, I get to defeat my Wind Scout and survive. Kill his Kieran, get in for 5, take him to 7. Threatening lethal next turn. He swings with Team, gets rid of one of my 2 blockers. Patrol, I'm guessing. I have to chump here, take 4, taking me to 3, which means I die to Arc Lightning. I think I actually just swing Thousand Winds. Well, nice top deck. Kind of wish I'd swung both now, I guess, but maybe that wouldn't have worked out as well. So he did have the kill shot. We need to survive a couple more turns to really get there. Could also top deck a Feat of Resistance, or even a Treasure Cruise at this point. So this has to get blocked, and I take 6 and I go to 1. Doesn't seem great, but I think I'm going to go for it. Feat of Resistance would be a win, based on this board state at least. Alright, Bondkin. And a Morph. Alright, well, gonna need something. Salt Road Patrol. Does that actually... I don't think it does, unfortunately. It was a close game, though. It was a close game. And just in case, I guess he misclicks. Well, it was an unfortunate ending to round 1, but hopefully we'll do better in rounds 2 and 3.